mein Leben!
What's up everyone, welcome to my Wolfenstein the Old Blood challenge video guide of sorts where I run through all the challenge maps on Uber difficulty and achieving the Ubergold rank, which is the highest rank you can get. I'm assuming a lot of you will be interested in the trophies or achievements. These are achievable by getting the gold rank, so you don't need to worry about the Ubergold. I just did these for fun, but all the tactics you see here should apply. It's just going to be easier because you can play on I Am Death Incarnate instead of Uber and you need less score requirements. So without further ado, on with the show and let's headshot some Nazis. Alright, so the first map, Research Center. It's the first map. That means there's nothing too crazy about it. But still, there's a couple things I'd like to point out, I guess. Say pick up the things you need, the guns from this room really quickly, and immediately make a break for it. Don't try and stay in here. I think it's a bad idea. You get pelted from grenades left and right. It's just bad. What I like to do is headshot that marksman as quickly as possible, and then make a break for the far right, and essentially go around the back, overcharge my health, pick up the armor, and then just stay out in the open and headshot the dudes as they come out. The armor allows you to stay out in the open and tank some hits, essentially, you know, allowing you to get those quick headshots as they drop down and get some nice combo score going that way. If you stay bunkered down in that room, you'll just be dealing with grenade spam, and it's going to make it harder to just combo them. So that's the way I did it, at least. I'll mention that these runs are not optimized. I got the score and I moved on. You know, the score that I needed. There's ways to get more points. It's not perfect, so keep that in mind. There might be better ways to do it as well, but this is how I did it. One thing I point out, as you notice, I fire from the hip a lot in this game. At medium to short range, I think it's really nice to do that. Obviously, long range, you want to go for aiming down the sights. But even then, sometimes aiming from the hip, firing from the hip is very effective. So you need 13,000 for Uber and 11,300 for gold. So for Uber, it's relatively strict. As you can see here, I'm only 600 points over, so it's not crazy. That was a pretty clean run, even though, like I said, it wasn't perfect. It was still pretty solid. So there's not that much leeway. For gold, though, you have plenty of room to make some mistakes and miss some headshots, so don't worry about it too much. That's it for this map, so onwards to map 2. Alright, so map 2, Prison Docks. The requirements for Uber, 30,900, and for gold it's 29,800, I think, so they're pretty close together. Real quick here, you see me kill that commander with a knife toss. Knife tosses are good for a couple reasons, but mostly because if you get a knife toss and you hit them anywhere on the body other than the head, you'll get the same amount of points as you would be getting if you got a headshot on them. So there's not much risk there. And if you manage to land a headshot, then you get 200 extra, because just getting a knife kill gives you 200 extra points. So if you can combo a headshot with the knife kill bonus, with the stealth bonus on that commander, gives you a nice chunk of points right there. So that's what I was going for. I like going this way and basically staying down the far back of this bridge and just sniping the guys with my machine gun. They're all clumped up in there. It's easy to get kills in rapid succession there, get some combo points, and getting some headshots there shouldn't be too hard. They're not moving too much, and at that range they don't do too much damage. They're still a threat, obviously, so you want to be careful, but you feel pretty safe there. Eventually you want to move on and finish off the stragglers. Always check your corners though, as you'll see, because I enter that far back room and there's a little surprise waiting for me there. So if you get ambushed on this difficulty, it can be over in the blink of an eye. I got kind of lucky there because he started firing a bit late, but even then I lost, what, 45 armor and 40 health or something. It's pretty bad. You want to avoid that. That can definitely end your run immediately. I definitely recommend playing with the sound up so you can hear their footsteps, and they're pretty vocal as well when they throw grenades and stuff like that. So yeah. make sure you pay attention to that stuff because it can save your life, especially on some maps where it's harder to find a good spot where they can't flank you. This map has I would say this is probably one of my sloppier ones. As you'll see at the end, this was one of my first runs through it, really, and my first run even getting a gold score, and let alone like Ubergold. So I think this one is one of the most kind of rough or unoptimized ones in this video, but hey, it's still good enough to do the job, and I think the general kind of flow and path that I take through the map should work out for most of you. So again, there might be better ways to do this. I don't claim to be you know, the expert or whatever. The game just came out, so you know, down the line, if people really want to push these, there might be better ways, but regardless, it works. And if you manage to get Ubergold, then you didn't do too bad anyway. So yeah, the scoring in this one, since oh yes, obviously something I want to mention, talking about the commanders, you noticed there were 2 of them at the beginning. I killed one immediately. It's the first enemy that's in front of you. If there's 2 commanders on the map, it doesn't matter if you kill one, but you want to make sure at least one of them is alive, because they call in reinforcements. They don't call them infinitely. There's a set amount, and eventually they'll just stop coming, even if the alarm is still going. But you want to make sure you milk all of the enemies that they can call in for points before killing them. Because if you kill both of them, then the enemies stop coming, and you're missing out on some potential points. So always think of the enemies as points. So if there's a set amount that can spawn in the map, you want to make sure you take out all of them. There's some stuff I'm not entirely sure about as far as the way enemies spawn in these challenge maps. I noticed on the first map, sometimes I could end the map with 15 or 17 kills, and on the run that I did where I got Ubergold and I got 19 kills, does it mean that when you kill them quicker, there's more that spawn? I didn't thoroughly check this out. I didn't thoroughly test it out. That's something that, if you're interested in, you know, feel free to experiment a little bit. There might be something to that. I'm not entirely sure, but there's clearly a way to get some more guys to show up on certain maps, at least. I would say killing them quickly is probably a good bet. Here I could have gone for a knife kill on the commander. This was one of the earlier maps, so I wasn't as familiar with the damage that they do. But with their pistol, they're even up close. They're not that massive of a threat that you don't have time to aim at them even up close. So I would say if you can, try and go for those knife shots, get those extra points. But it's very rare that the maps are so strict that you need to go for that stuff. But you know, every little bit helps. Here, when you activate the switch that I activated, you know, 10 seconds ago, it spawns this wave of guys. Take them all out, and then when you move forward a little bit down the stairs, there's another trigger for guys that are going to spawn again. When you trigger that, you want to make sure you run back up these stairs and position yourself, because you can get overwhelmed there very, very easily. And you'll see me here use the grenade pistol, I guess. I forget what it's called exactly, but basically an explosive pistol. It's very useful for packs of enemies, and even if you don't, well, obviously you're not going to get headshots with it, but you get the same amount of points that you would from an explosive kill than you would from a headshot, because instead of the headshot bonus, you'll get the explosive bonus, which is worth 200 as well. So basically, feel free to use that, especially when there's clusters of enemies, or if you feel pressured and you feel like you need to, you know, get some room quickly or get some enemies off of your back because you're taking too much heat. Use that, and you'll still get the points that you want. So here I missed one headshot, but again, it's not that strict. I was looking at the leaderboards, and this is it's one of the earlier maps, so obviously more people have tried it, but this was the one that I was ranked the lowest. I think I was ranked like 4th or something out of the bunch. Most of them I was 1st. So there might be ways to do this. Maybe there's more enemies that I missed or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, like I said, it works. Just don't miss too many headshots and you should be fine. I think maybe I misused my my grenade gun there, and I could have gotten more combo off of those clumps of guys. I got one good combo off of it, but it'd be easy to get more. You'll see my play kind of evolve a little bit through these challenge maps as I figured out some stuff too. So yeah, just mop up the stragglers. I think that was the last guy. Always, if you're unsure, always, you know, check around at the end of the map, pick up some armor. Even if you think you're done, there might be a guy left. The timer doesn't really matter unless you're trying to beat, you know, a personal best or something if you're really into this mode. But if you're just going for score, it doesn't matter. So it helps to. I've had one moment where it saved my life to basically, instead of just running for the exit, make sure I pick up the armor, because there was one guy left somehow, some way. He was still there, so he would have killed me. But yeah, as you can tell by the trophy, this was my first time beating it and getting even the gold score. This one shouldn't be too hard. There's nothing, just make sure you keep those commanders alive, at least one of them. I would kill the one at the beginning and then farm all the enemies that he takes in, he calls in, and that's it. Alright, so map 3, foyer keep. This one's really fun. Real quickly, I will say, try to get some knife headshots on these guys if you can. It definitely helps. As you'll see, the score requirements are pretty strict on this one, so you're trying to wring out as many points as possible from every enemy, because there's no commanders here. There's a set amount of dudes, and not that commanders means there's not a set amount of dudes, but yeah, it's pretty strict is what I'm trying to say. So here I like to keep the health pack if I'm full health for after I hit the switch, so you can get that over health. But yeah, try to maximize your scoring potential. For gold, it's nowhere near as strict, so don't worry too much. You can play a bit more defensively, and you don't have to put yourself into harm's way as much if you're only going for gold. Yeah, you need to be aggressively out there when you're going for Uber on some of these. I like this spot. I like this spot a lot after activating the switch, and I missed a headshot there, so that's a shame. But I think that's the only one I missed. Anyway, yeah, after activating the switch, I like to go left, and this spot right here seems to work really well with the way the AI works. They'll go around these pillars, and if you're comfortable with your aim and you feel like you can take them out quickly, you can just stay here, and then the guys that come from the side will just be right on your reticle, basically, so you can get some nice combo kills that way. And like I said, since the scoring is pretty strict, you need those combo kills as much as possible, so definitely go for that. But as you can see, even with all that, my health got pretty low, so it's not exactly super easy on this one. Yeah, like I said, if you're only going for gold, you don't have to play as out there as I am here, so make sure to hang back a bit more, and you should be fine anyway. I think you have around 2,500 points of difference between gold and Uber, so that's a sizable difference. Focus on headshots anyway, but the combos are not going to be as big of a deal breaker. And yeah, just keep moving. A lot of it is just going to come down to your aim and your ability to just listen to them throwing their grenades and move out of the way, because one grenade can definitely end you pretty quickly. Other than that, there's nothing too crazy about it. I would say up here, I like to play pretty straightforward again, like basically staying up there on one side and sniping all the guys. One thing I'll mention though, you see me snipe these heavy troopers twice in the head to kill them. That's one thing I realized later. It seems obvious, but the big tank on their back can be blown up with one sniper shot, and it also acts as a big bomb that basically catches other guys around them, and this spot would have been perfect for that. So looking at this gameplay here kind of makes me cringe a bit, because I'm like, oh man, I could have been getting some extra combo points there, but hey, now you know. We all know. It's all good. Yeah, you'll see me use that a lot later, but it took me a while to, I don't know, hit on that for some reason. They're shotgun guys, it's not like they're flamethrower guys or whatever, and I guess I just never accidentally hit that backpack, so I didn't think about it too much. But that would have been great there. I mean, it's a perfect spot for it. The only other thing I would say here is Watch the sides. You see me get flanked there. I knew he was coming because I heard him, so that's why I managed to get out of the way quickly enough. But yeah, I knew I had it there, so I was like it was a bit sketchy at the end. But it's a pretty straightforward map. I had a lot of fun with this one. It definitely took me a good 45 minutes to get it down, but the scoring is strict. I finished it plenty of times, but the scoring is I was always just shy of it, so make sure you get those combos. I think I'm 500 points over, and if you make use of the explosive guys up there, you can shoot their gas tanks. That might put you over the edge easily. And if you're going for gold, then you should be fine. Just survive and get those headshots, and it should be fine. Alright, so mission 4, cable car platform. This one was pretty challenging, honestly. It's one of those maps with a lot of different kind of catwalks and lots of ways to get ambushed, so it's quite tricky to find a spot where you can hole up and basically funnel them in and get some combos going. There's also a super soldat in here, and it's just pretty hard to just straight up survive, let alone hitting those score requirements. It's not that it's that strict. It was just, I guess it took me a while to even get through it, you know, a good clean run. So I think when I did, that was pretty much it. But yeah, so I like going up these stairs and stealth killing that guy, and immediately going for that super soldat and whatever their name is, super soldat. And you have to take him out quickly, because this guy will flank you from the back every single time, and he can just kill you immediately if you're focused on the super soldat. So yeah, definitely take out that guy quickly, and then watch your back. And then there's going to be guys streaming in from here. This is a good spot. I've tried going to the left, but you're a lot more vulnerable, and the way the guys kind of surround you if you go that direction makes it trickier to just headshot them. Always watch your back. I'll mention it again, but play with the volume pretty loud so you can hear them sneaking up behind you, because they'll kill you right away if you let them sneak up. Otherwise, yeah, just kill the guys as they come in here. Always go for headshots. From this point on, I think I use the bolt action rifle a lot. But yeah, there's gonna be a ton. This is essentially like the first half of the map, I would say. After you take out the two commanders, I wouldn't even bother going for them. They'll come to you after you've taken out all the other guys. So use that as a sign that you're pretty much done with that wave. When the commanders start coming for you, you know, they've kind of exhausted all the reinforcements that they were going to bring in, so. But there's plenty of guys to take out. As far as the score requirements, I think it's in the range of 30,000 for Uber. I don't have it in front of me right now. Gold should be a little bit less. We'll see at the end, but the score wasn't. As long as you're getting clean headshots. I'm getting a fair amount of combos here, but my score from combos shouldn't be that high. I'm not getting that many, so getting through it cleanly with good headshots is enough to get you by, I think. So that's what you should be focusing on. There's some armor over here, there's some health over here as well. You can pick up the armor chunks from that super soldat. But my failed attempts on this one just ended really, really quickly, essentially. I tried going different, like experimenting, going different ways and everything, but it just, I had to keep coming back to this because it just was not working out at all. So yeah, the two commanders, I was trying to get some knife kills on him, but essentially just said, fuck it. It's not a big deal. It's certainly not a deal breaker, but you're trying to maximize, get as much as you can. But if I remember, I end this map on I have a good chunk of points ahead of what I need, so that's why I keep saying that it's not that strict. I might be misremembering though. I recorded this one 2 days ago, so. Save the big health kit unless you were really low on health. That gives you 80, so unless you're at 20 HP, I would save it until after you hit the switch, get that over health. And immediately I jump out the window. That's why you saw me break that window earlier. Jump out and I make a beeline straight for this area. Because again, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. I tried going on the roof of that area, that little cabin you're in where you activate the switch, and that does not work. I tried going in the tram car. Nope, bad idea. So I just decided, hey, I'm just gonna go back there. It worked the first time. The only big difference here is that they're gonna rush you from behind a lot. You can hear them. Use the sound to kind of clue you in as to when they're gonna come, but there's gonna be a lot of them coming from behind. Thankfully, they're pretty easy to headshot. Just so long as you don't get caught off guard and you know they're coming, it's actually a really good spot to deal with them. The thing is, there might be some guys coming from the other side, so kind of want to move in between the front and back. Here they kind of did almost an even split. Doesn't seem like there's more guys coming from behind, so. But there could be stragglers, and when they call in more waves, they might come in from that side. So always be mindful of that. Yep, the guy right there. He just took off a huge chunk of my health. I think this one comes close, like a couple times, especially here. You see me fumble with the weapon switch too during these videos. Just when you run out of ammo, they default you to the shotgun. Good spot to snipe here in between the pipes. It leaves you relatively safe, and you can get some nice headshots that way. Again, with the gas tank, like I was mentioning in the third mission, by that point I still had not figured that out, so I think it takes until the later missions until I have that epiphany and realize, hey, you can actually snipe that. Actually, in this staircase, it's kind of a bad spot. So I was pushed in there, but ideally you would want to not. Ooh, that was very close, yeah. I got semi-lucky there. I mean, I did get some good headshots real quick, but it was still, it was half luck, I guess. Other than the positioning, though, and going for quick kills, I don't know how much more I can say as far as, like, real tips for this map. It's gonna come down, again, to your aim, making sure you don't get flanked, and they don't backstab you and kill you immediately. If there is a better position than this one, then I haven't found it. I played this map for a good hour and a half, I think, before I got this run on it. So I did experiment with a different positioning, but there might be some stuff I missed. So, but this works. It's hard though. This is a tricky one for sure. But yeah, I'm almost I'm 3,000 over. So that's a lot of points over. Like I said, it's not that strict in terms of scoring. So that was map 4. Alright, so map 5 is called Caves, and this one's kind of a pain in the ass until you figure out what the game wants from you in terms of getting as much score as you need. The gold requirement is a little bit more lenient, but even then, if you don't understand how to make extra guys spawn, you're not gonna get it probably. Yeah. So that's the trick to it. This is definitely the one that I spent the most time on. It just felt like I was missing something, and I was, so I was right about that. But anyway, before we get to that, let's talk about what's happening right now. So I stealth killed the first guys. If you go quick enough, you can kind of get a good amount of points with the knives from them. I was really trying to maximize. This is actually the run where I discovered the trick to it, but yeah. I sniped the big guy on the back of the head for the one-shot kill. essentially as my first loud gunshot to attract the to start the alarm from the commanders. I don't deal with the commanders just yet. Here I was always like positioning for combos. The drone you want to snipe ASAP because they fire rockets that absolutely murder you, and they fire them really quickly. So drones should always be a priority. They can end your run immediately. Ideally, you would want to have over 8,000 points after this little section here. But yeah, I was really in the mindset of maximizing my points here. And it was really hard to do. You know, to get enough points to make up for the amount of points I was missing at the end. Because I finished this one plenty of times, but I was coming up really short, like a couple thousand short. So I was starting to get bummed out. And I just couldn't figure out. So that's why you see me like really obsessing with getting those knife tosses on him. And like I mentioned, and I think it was in the second mission commentary, I was saying how these guys, these commander guys up close, they don't deal that much damage. They're not that much of a threat. You see, like I kind of dicked around in front of him, throwing knives for what feels like 30 seconds, and I'm still at 93 HP. I lost all my armor. They do damage, but they're not. At the end, I only get a regular kill, not even a headshot. So that was a bummer, but it happens. But at the end of the day, like, while the scoring is strict, if you know how to spawn the extra guys, it's definitely doable. At least for gold. Uber, I'll have to remember what it's like. I think you need 27,400 for Uber. And something like 24,500. I might be wrong on that. We'll have to see at the end. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. But I do remember that it was pretty close. Maybe I had 1,000 over or something like that. So you still need to play well. But this part I kept trying to combo. That was my main focus. So that's why I'm kind of waiting here. I was trying to set up something. You know, the guy in the back, but when you start firing here, this cover is destructible, and there's a machine gun nest right in front of you, and your ammo for the bolt action rifle, essentially your sniper, is pretty limited on this map. So I decided to wait, and then my chosen course of action, it just didn't work out. So anyway, I recovered, but I always felt like I was forced to go down this right path, and it makes it really hard to combo. They're always spread out. So I knew there was something to this map, and I'll show you guys what it is later on. I imagine a bunch of you are gonna be stuck on this one, even going for gold. If you don't know how to spawn the extra guys, it's annoying. It's just not gonna work out. So yeah, take out these dudes. Again, not knowing about the gas tank. I was trying to save some sniper ammo for a bit later because there's some drones coming up, and the bolt action rifle takes them out in one hit, one shot. So that's why I was trying to conserve some ammo for that. But eventually, when he got close enough and my health got this low, I was like, okay. You know, it's either you use up the ammo or you die. So. Got very close. It's certainly not optimized. Like, knowing what I know now, I could do a much cleaner run of this, where I wouldn't be focusing on combos as much, or trying to have that mindset where I feel like I need to overcompensate for the points that I can't seem to be getting. Oh, and these guys go prone there in that little spot as well, and they're super hard to just headshot in that position. They're hard to see. There's fog, there's mist. They're against, like, you know, kind of grayish black walls with all black outfits. So it's kind of annoying. Definitely watching this again though, it's like, man, you can blow up their gas tanks and it would be a lot quicker and easier, and it would save you some ammo. So don't make that mistake. Definitely go for those gas tanks. It's not hard to hit from the front, and you're probably gonna get some combos out of it if there's enemies nearby. When you sprint across there, like, book it, because the machine gun nest will just chew you up. there's 3 or 4 heavy heavy machine gun guys in here. So that's why it's hard to save some sniper ammo. I was trying to kill him with grenades, but it just wasn't working out from what I remember. And if you notice, my health is low like the entire time as well. So it's kind of a mess. But it worked out, so whatever. I could have gone back and recorded a better run of it, but I got it. I was happy. It worked. The main thing to take out from this, or take away from this, is the spawns at the end. I think once you know that, the map makes a lot more sense. So yeah, the first thing is, that's the first time I actually went on the gun, and it spawns 2 guys. You don't need to remove it, but yeah, 2 guys spawn below there, so that's already a fair amount of points. It's over 1,000 points right there. If you get headshots, that's 1,200, and if you combo them, that's 1,400. So that's pretty good. So already I was like, okay, wow, that's something, but that still wasn't enough. So I was looking around, see if there were more guys, making sure. But there's actually another trick to this. Now, if you get on the machine gun and you don't detach it, that's what I was trying to test out here. See if more guys would show up, but it doesn't look like it. Now, it's a possibility that if you never detach it and you just stay there and mow down the first 2 guys, more will come, but that's untested. So something to check out if you do play this one for yourself. This guy here, if you have a sniper shot left or a bolt action shot left, it's easy to take him down. But even then, you can just peek around the corner. Now the tricky part is if you don't have grenades or you don't have anything that deals a lot of damage, you can still do it like from just peeking on the side of the wall, but it's risky. You can wait for his cooldown on his gun overheats after a while, or you could use his Gatling gun as well. That would certainly do the trick. So here there's going to be 2 drones. If you don't take him out immediately, you are done. This gun does the job though, and there's armor and health there, so pick that up as soon as possible before they spawn and combo the drones. So here's the part that I did not know. So the exit is here. Make sure you do not press that button. But when you go up to the button, some guys spawn, but you can get more to spawn after the initial wave. I don't know if it's going back to the button or it's just a time thing, but these guys I knew about, but the second wave I did not. The second wave and the guys on the Gatling gun turret, the mounted machine gun, I did not know about, so that made all the difference. So I almost had it. If I remember, it's 27,800 that you need, so I was still short a guy, so I was a bit bummed out, but I felt more optimistic that this was, this made sense now to some degree. And yeah, when I go back to the button at the end, right before I press it, I see some more guys show up. So I'm like, oh, holy shit. I'm not entirely sure what triggers their spawn, but it's either proximity to the switch, or it's just time, but it seems to be location specific. See, I see one there, and then there's more, so that does the trick. So not a flawless run by any means. It's not terrible. I mean, I get mostly all headshots, and it's not. I miss a couple, but yeah. So it's not that strict once you know that, but took me a while to figure it out. It just didn't make sense. Or it might be 28,800, but we'll see. That was the end of it, though. So yeah, I could have easily gotten over 30,000, but yeah, it's done. I was pretty happy when I figured that out, because it was just a massive bummer, honestly. So yeah, hit that switch and you're done. I was just waiting, making sure there weren't any more. Yeah, 29,000 is actually what you need for Uber, and 26,900 for gold. So that was actually cutting it really close. Never mind what I said. You don't have that much room. But yeah, I missed a couple headshots. Anyway, that's it for this map, and on the map 6. Okay, so map 6 is called Paderborn Bridge, and you need 24,900 for the Uber medal, and you need 22,800 for the gold medal. This one I think is my favorite, or it's up there. It's Sniper Headshot City Central at the beginning. You can just combo. Like if you go to the position I'm in, you can just get some crazy combos with the headshots, and it's so much fun. They're just laid out in a way that from this angle you can just snipe them pretty easily. They're all out in the open, and they don't seem to do that much damage to you at that range. And the shots, I think, from the angle they're firing at you, just hit the railing a lot, and just basically you get good cover, good line of sight, and there's just a ton of targets. So it's really fun if you're into sniping, which is definitely what I would recommend going for in this area. You can probably get away with using the machine gun, but I mean, look at all these juicy headshots just waiting to happen. So yeah, this is a good spot to just get some headshot sprees going. When they're ducking down like this, you can still hit the tip of their hat, and yeah, keep your combos going. I don't actually know if I comboed that much. I mean, I got a good clean combo at the beginning, but I maybe got 1,000 points out of these combos, but it's pretty good. I think at the end I end up decently over the score that I need for the Ubergold medal. So it's definitely one of these maps with some leeway, but it's also not so incredibly lenient that you can afford to just not get any combos or miss some headshots. So as far as going for gold though, this one should not be too big of a problem for most people, I assume. The difference, like 22,800, it's a 2,100 point difference, I think, between both. So that's a lot of missed headshots or missed combos. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem. The problem is probably going to be that stupid dog and the super soldat in the courtyard. Those are pretty easy to get killed by, especially the dog. The dog is just, you can kill it very quickly, but it can also kill you. I've had it combo me like just immediately from full health, full armor, just dead in an instant. Yeah, the drones obviously kill those immediately because those rockets. It actually bounced off the railing. I was following its trajectory and it just bounced away, so that's why I missed the shot there. Easy to run out of sniper ammo in this position. There's more in the back rooms to the right and to the left, but yeah, I used up all my ammo at the beginning part, and whatever I had left, I used on the drones and some of the guys. So after you kill these two, when you finish this wave, the super soldat is going to be coming. The drones give some armor where they die, where they blow up. You have time to go sneak in some supply runs, but you probably don't have time to go check out both rooms before he fully activates. Yeah, ideally you'd be able to pick up some sniper rounds and snipe his weak spot. That was cutting it close. It's kind of easy to get overwhelmed though. I like the cover in the back the best because the concrete kind of waist-high cover, even if you fully duck behind by holding L1 or left bumper, whatever it is, the lean button on PC, it's still, you still get hit for some reason, even if you're fully prone essentially. So yeah, if you have some grenade pistol rounds, just unload on him. You'll get an explosive bonus as well, so 200 extra points. Grab the armor from him and go check out the ammo room that you didn't get the chance to. And the key thing is to pick up his gun. You can also kill the dog with grenade rounds or with double shotguns, but this gun just chews through him really quickly, as you'll see here. Especially if you can get some headshots, yeah. But when that thing hits you, though, it's lights out on Uber. It can kind of charge into you and then do a headbutt or a head slam, and that's the combo of those two. Even if you're full health, full armor, will kill you. I've had a bit of an issue here with what seemed like, as you can see, I think we can all agree that those are clean headshots, but it seems to be a collision detection issue here, there as well. So I essentially decided, hey, I'm gonna move spots because these guys on the upper catwalks from this angle just don't seem to register my hits. Like again, that worked, but yeah, it was just a weird position. When I switched, it just started working out, so whatever. Yeah, again, there's something wonky going on there with that spot, so just don't go there. Take the left spot instead and just snipe the guys here. And when you're done with this wave, it's over, so we're about to hit the gold requirements, but we're still like 2100 short of the but again, since time doesn't matter, you can get some combos, obviously that helps, but I think just going for headshots and getting them clean. See, there's something wonky with the hit detection there, but without, I guess I'm not that, if that's the last enemy, I'm cutting it kind of close, so yeah. Those combos at the beginning were probably actually required. Yeah, that's the end of it, so I'm only 600 over. Yeah, some of these, I guess, in retrospect are much stricter than maybe I gave them credit for. Yeah, going for Uber, it's going to come down to those combo headshots at the beginning, especially. Otherwise, for gold, you should be fine. Just the positioning at the beginning is really good, though, so I would definitely try that. Anyway, on to the next map. Alright, so map 7 is called Wulfburg Square, and the score for Uber is 19,000, and the score for gold is 17,600. Those scores, at least for Uber, it's relatively strict. But the main problem with the map is taking out those two super soldats. Here in front, you see there's a commander. In the far back, I would recommend not sniping him, even though it's very tempting because he's right out in the open. The reason why I say that is because the other commander that's at the bottom tends to have a death wish, and he's just charges you when you start fighting and making noise. So you end up having to kill him before you can farm all the reinforcements you want out of the commander. So if you snipe the one on top, then both of them are dead, and it's bad. So leave that one alive, and it actually ends up working out perfectly because you have to go through that that rooftop where he's standing to exit the map. So you save him as the last enemy you kill, essentially. What I'd like to do here is sneak up to the other commander who hangs out in that spot and stealth kill him with the knife, get some points out of him, and then start working on the super soldat. Thing is, once you start making noise, both of them are going to be coming your way, so you need to take them out really efficiently and quickly, otherwise you get overwhelmed immediately and just die. This spot where I killed the commander is actually a spot where I'm going to be hanging out. I think it's a really good spot. I tried experimenting going up the tower, but it just didn't seem to really give you a good opportunity to easily kill guys. Throwing grenades like this, it helps, I think, but I'm not sure it makes that much of a difference. Shooting 2 grenade pistol rounds at the weak spot of a super soldat just takes them out if they're clean shots. Otherwise, you need a third shot. But yeah, those grenades, I'm not sure if that was the best idea to use them there, but it worked out. So this spot is good. You have a lot of room to maneuver. The enemies tend to fan out a bit and then they hang back. So the further away back they are, the less damage they do to you, so that's good. The main problem here is that super soldat is working his way towards you, and he doesn't hang back. He's just gonna walk up to you, and if you let him, you're gonna be in trouble. He actually walks up right in my face here, and I end up being able to pull off kind of last second shot on his weak spot. But if I missed that shot, I was dead. So take him out really quickly with 2 clean shots with the grenade pistol. As far as tips go, like here, there's not much I can tell you beyond you're gonna have to deal with that guy before he walks up to you and murders you. It's gonna come down to your aim. Just use everything you have in terms of firepower. That felt like a headshot, and that was lucky as well. Lucky that it was a marksman instead of an elite trooper, because I would have been dead. There's plenty of armor around. From this point on, it's basically just a target practice. Just shoot it's whack-a-mole. From this spot, you know, if they throw a grenade, you have plenty of room to move from cover to cover. You're not trapped here, so it's a great spot. You don't want to go in that death trap on the far right where there's armor. You want to grab the armor and get the hell out of there, because grenades in there are just going to be coming non-stop. Like I said, the tower just didn't seem like a great idea. It's the angle you're at just makes it tough to get some clean headshots, and you still get damaged pretty easily. They fan out in weird angles, and it just doesn't work out. So this is why keeping the commander alive at the beginning was very important. And if you stay here as well, you see that they can start moving up on you, so just be mindful of their position. But yeah, taking out the commander at the beginning would have meant that I would have missed out on some of these guys, because you can't use this position without killing the other commander. So that's basically what I would recommend. And I'm still not shooting those tanks. I think in the next challenge we'll finally see me shoot those gas tanks, so please be excited, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be happening. The next challenges we're gonna be dealing with zombies, undead, Nazis, and that actually, I'll talk about that when we get there, but it's actually pretty annoying. It adds like an element of randomness to the game, and when you're going for Uber and some of the scores are really strict, that was actually pretty frustrating. But so that's clean up for all these enemies here. Like I said in an earlier map, just basically pick up armor anyway, pick up health. Sometimes there's a straggler somewhere and he's not making any noise, so you don't want to take forever just grabbing everything, but it's good to top off. And then the commander, go for a knife headshot if you can. I get it here, and then you're done. So we're 800 points over requirement, and definitely way over the gold. So again, if you're going for gold, I think this strategy is going to work super well. If you're going for Ubergold, then it's going to work, but you're going to have to work for it as well. But that's it for this map. Alright, so map 8 is called Workshop, and the Uber requirement is 18,800 and the gold requirement is 17,200. Those are pretty, at least the Uber one is pretty strict. So I mentioned in the earlier map how much the zombies were a problem in terms of randomness, and you can see it here. So since the soldiers or the Nazi troopers are fighting the zombies, when they show up, they can steal your kills essentially, which is really frustrating. And depending on the positioning, sometimes it's just out of your control. But the main thing I'll talk about though, other than that, is you see me going for this position behind this car, and that was kind of a revelation when I found this spot, because otherwise it's pretty hard. Like, it's pretty brutal. You get massacred really quickly. You can see the density of just enemies coming at you from a pretty close range, so you just get shredded right away. And trying to combo on top of that, if you don't have a good position, it's really hard. But this spot, look at that. It's like prime headshot potential right here. And I would say prioritize the zombies. When you the Nazis, the non-elite Nazis pretty much always turn into zombies. The elite ones have a chance to, but they don't always. Yeah, if they turn into zombies, I like to switch to the machine gun and just immediately pop a headshot and kill them before the kill can be stolen, essentially. If you do it like this, it's a really short map, but the thing is, getting those points is not easy. That was a really good run of it. I guess in retrospect, it didn't take me that long to get this one, but the main issue is, yeah, getting your kills stolen and not hitting the score, or just straight up not surviving until you figure out this spot. This spot is fantastic. I would definitely recommend going behind the car. It just works really well. You still have to kill them quick enough so that they don't have a chance to swarm you. Because if you don't kill them quickly enough, they'll just pool up and eventually just overwhelm you and you'll die immediately. But that spot is just really good. So yeah, there was still another guy left. If you're lucky, these guys will show up earlier and you can use them as bombs. Finally, you see me do it here. But yeah, you can get some nice combos there that way as well. But this was a really good run of this. So again, like I said, really quick, but by no means easy. I think knowing, what I told you about the car is going to make the process easier, but for Uber at least, it was kind of frustrating getting your kills stolen by those stupid Nazis. One more reason to hate Nazis, I guess. But yeah, it was well over 1,400 over, so that's pretty cool. On to the next map. Alright, so map 9 is called Bathhouse, and essentially the Uber requirement is the same as the previous map. It's 18,800, and the gold requirement is 17,100. This is another tricky one. From here on out, this map and the last map, so essentially the last 3 maps are zombie maps. So every time you kill a regular trooper, expect a zombie to pop out. This is a hard map, but this spot here I found is also really good. If you see the pattern here, it comes down to finding a good position and basically holding the fort there and taking advantage of it. So they just position themselves really well for combo here, and you can also easily take out the zombies as they come out. So easily the best spot you can take. Again, like in the last map, I would heavily recommend you make use of this spot. It's hard to imagine there's going to be a better spot than this. I didn't take this long on this map, but as you'll see at the end, my score is on the dot. I get 18,800, which is the requirement. So yeah, either I got a really good, clean, lucky run, or it's incredibly I guess it's probably incredibly strict, because I mean, look at this is pretty solid. I just massacre everything really quickly and efficiently. I don't think I missed any zombies either. It's easy to miss some without noticing, so I'd assume I probably missed 1, potentially 2. But even then, I mean, it just doesn't give you that much leeway. So this one might be a stumbling point or a roadblock for people going for those Uber medals, if there's anyone who even cares, because spoilers, you don't get jack shit for getting all of them. I did it for fun, honestly, because I'm weird, I guess. I like gameplay challenges, but that don't give you trophies. But yeah, if you're going for gold, you're gonna be fine. If you're going for Uber, you might have some trouble with this one. I don't know, but that's it. Short and sweet, and on to the last one. Alright, so finally the last map is called Graveyard, and the requirements for Uber are 31,900, and for gold it's 28,800. Start off with knife tosses on these 2 guys. Sometimes the guy on the right turns into a zombie. For some reason, he did not there. But I like to take cover on these tombstones. It allows you to keep good distance and still get a good line of sight to snipe guys. Good example of combos happening with the explosive guys. Do keep in mind that this cover can be chipped away, but for some reason it just seems to be fairly sturdy at that range. I don't know. It worked out for me anyway, so let's try it. The first tombstone seems to work the best. But yeah, you basically just go to town on headshots here. You should have enough ammo to deal with most of them before you have to move up. There's a commander in that tower there. I recommend saving him until later, because the other one is in the building, which you see like right in front of me where I'm aiming. So I would definitely recommend keeping the one in the tower alive for now. Again, with the weirdness with the zombies, you see the zombie just killed a Nazi trooper there and turned him into a zombie, but I lost the points for the Nazi trooper kill. It's very annoying. If one of the Nazis turns into a zombie in the tower up there, he can kill the commander as well, and you won't get any points for the commander. So always try to take out the zombies right as they show up. 1 for the points, and 2 so they don't steal your kills. So yeah, it can be pretty annoying. But this one definitely has a lot of room for I would say error. I guess there's leeway. I think my score is like 3,000 over, and this is by no means a perfect run. The first half of the map, which I kind of put after killing these 2 commanders, I managed to do with 21,000, so that's 2,300 more than I have right now. So this is by no means my best run as far as points for the first half, but this is the run that I got where I finished, so I just stuck with it. Again, I like going for the extra challenge for the Uber medals, but I don't feel like really pushing, you know, for top scores in this game. I've kind of gotten what I wanted out of this, but it was fun. Definitely a nice addition to the package. Even though if you think about it, it's just really, they took encounters from the base campaign, the main campaign, and essentially just bolted a scoring system on top and truncated them. But it's fun. That scoring system does add like to the gameplay. I wish there was more depth to it, and I wish there were actually real leaderboards instead of that kind of travesty that they call leaderboards. But still, I'll take it. I've had a lot of fun with this. But yeah, back to this. You saw me run back to the right side. This is where there's a lot of other guys, and this is where you'll be getting a lot of points. I recommend, you saw me pick up the grenade launcher rounds in the first part. That's key. It's very important to have a lot here because there's tons of guys swarming in, and I'm not sure why I'm not getting any kills with this, but yeah, I would say aim over the railings instead. It's gonna hit the back wall and just get a nice combo kills going. But yeah, the grenade pistol is kind of key to the second part. It's very easy to die here. Once they start chucking grenades, there's nowhere to go, and as you can see, there's a lot of them. It's essentially a firing squad. They're all looking at you, but if you use a grenade pistol, you can make really short work of them and make this map, I wouldn't say trivial, but one of the easier ones, just because the scoring, you need 31,900 and I'm at 34,000. So, and as you've seen, like I could have gotten way more. So yeah, you can easily go 5, 6, 7,000 over. Okay, easily maybe is not the right word, but you could potentially then. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. So this is my first time doing a commentary or commentary guide, I guess. So let me know what you thought, and hopefully it was helpful for some of you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next videos.